if you're bold enough to say that you're going to do something like that big and crazy, we're interested in finding out at least what it is that you're going to talk about. Like what is this big plan that you just so we can shut it down and tell you that it's probably not going to work. But even still, it's better to get them through the door.
Yeah.
An opportunity to shut it down. But if you have such a big vision and you're just like, this is my 25-year vision, and I'm going to help like this amount of mums escape or to achieve X result, and you share both of those things. You share that selfless intent. As soon as you do that, game changer. Again, like I was saying before about creating space on the vehicle for not just you, because you have that enough space. You're in the vehicle, your seat's secured, but it's about creating that space for other people and showing them that their seats are going to be secured right next to you, and you're the captain of the ship. You're taking them somewhere else. So when you're all in, that's one thing that can create space. But another thing that will help you to define the perimeter of the space is going to be what you actually define as being how many people that you're willing to bring on board with you. And I find as well, like the more that you, it's like what they were saying at the weekend, having the intention and the attention, the more that you have this clear intention long term, the more that you're going to find that the universe, God, like, is just going to start bringing people into your life that you're just like, whoa, these are some players now. Whereas before, the kind of people that were coming in, I felt like dead branches or people that you had to drag across. But you'll start bringing in people who are literally going to be leaders of the big vision that you have that you cannot do by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, like a circuit.
Like a circuit. So now we go back to the example of human connection.
Right.
What do we actually, what is human connection? If we link it back to like
flow of energy. You're giving energy and receiving energy from the other person. And it's favorable for both. There's no disconnect in there. There's no one side, like the energy is not one-sided.
If you think about that, like in a different example, just going back to like electricity, what would it look like if energy was not balanced in a circuit?
Probably short circuit.
Short circuit.
Yeah, it would disrupt the flow of the energy if there was.
Yeah. Disrupt the flow, and there would be, instead of power outage.
Yeah.
In a circuit, like you might not necessarily know how it fully works, but you've got something with you got the battery. That's the basic. Then you've got the
source, right? So that's the source of the energy.
Source of energy, yeah, you got it.
Right.
After the source, then you've got what else?
The conductor.
This is it. So a conductor does what? What does a conductor do in a circuit?
Allows for the flow of energy from the source.
Yeah, it allows for the flow. And do you know what the opposite of a conductor is?
What do you mean, like the opposite, like something that doesn't conduct electricity or energy?
Yeah, so you have conductors, and then there's like the opposite.
Yeah, so like wood, for example, is not a conductor of energy.
And the word for it is an insulator.
Insulator. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So you have conductors that are materials that allow for energy to flow through,
Right.
and then you have insulators that block the flow.
Block. Right. Right.
Yeah. So, for example, like one of the things that might in a conversation that you're having with another person could be a conductor, could be like if there's a mirror between both of you, because then it allows for yourself to see each other. But then a block, an insulator could be something like a wall.
Right.
That's physically.
Yeah.
But most of the time when you're in a conversation with someone, there's still things that are not allowing for flow to occur. Even if there's no physical conductors or insulators that you can see. What do you think maybe some non-physical conductors, insulators might be to block flow of communication?
So like a conductor would be if you had something in common.
Okay, why did you say that?
Then you had something you can both talk about. If you were like, so say for example, you have like I don't know, a doctor and a not a scientist, like a electrician or something. Nothing in common. Well, not nothing, but like very little in common. So they don't have much, or like a construction worker, for example, and a scientist or someone that's got like totally opposite career. They have less common things to speak about. So it wouldn't be unless they found something that they had that was common between them. I don't know. I think that would be a conductor if you had something in common, or maybe both are parents and they have children. That would be a conductor.
Okay.
Conversation needs a spark.
Yeah, similar interest, like
Yeah.
And then an insulator would be something like maybe
Like when you
personality.
like when you meet
Like
someone,
when you
you say,
sometimes you have like personality
yeah,
clashes.
you say sparks fly.
Mm.
Why do they say sparks fly? Because it is just like conductor.
What would be an insulator?
Your
Body language.
your body language. Your shield insulators.
Yeah, like someone that just maybe does give like answers, they just nod, or maybe one word answers, and you feel like, oh, not worth talking to this person. They're obviously not interested in speaking to you. That would be an insulator. What else?
Your interests.
Yeah, I said that. I don't know.
Beliefs.
Biases. That could be an insulator.
Biases.
Like if you, I don't know, someone that supports one cause and someone else that supports another football team, for example. If you have like two opposing, an Arsenal supporter and a Spurs supporter is not going to get along. That's an insulator.
Yeah, without talking to something.
So here's the big question: is like, there's loads of insulators that we can list. There's loads of conductors that we could list. I think the essence of what you're describing is that when the connectors are connecting, there has to be similarities. If there's similarities, there's conductors. If there's opposing stuff, like there's insulation. So if you're thinking about the levels of connection, with the soul connection being the highest level of connection that you can have, what would be the one thing that would connect you, the not just like the fastest, but with the most power?
Mm.
Would it be that, you know, you come from a similar city? Would it be that you speak the same language? Like, what's the biggest connectors? Or what is the biggest one, do you feel will really connect you with a soulmate?
Yes. To me, it's like similarities, yeah, but
No, but like is it one thing now, you think?
Yeah, there's one thing you could pick that's like the biggest connecting force that exists. Like, what would be the biggest connector that has to be
law of attraction.
there in in
That's
Law of attraction.
so getting happy. No,
It is.
no.
I feel like I'm in class and somebody's just like
Yeah, he was that kid. Yeah, he was that one.
Law of attraction. For me, it's the law of attraction. What else?
No, because it's not a genuine connection then.
Why?
You cannot be attracted to someone walking down the street. There's not a this doesn't mean there's a connection.
Okay, so even that moment right there, right? Like, I feel like that was a high connecting moment. That's a memorable thing. So, like, what was it about even that moment that helped us to connect there?
The shamelessness.
Yeah, like him being himself and blurting out an answer, but
Yeah, like because he just goes with whatever his instinct says.
yeah. So there was something similar that we all had there. What did we
Yeah.
have in similar, all of us, that connected us?
Laughter.
So similar,
Yeah.
similar sense of humor.
Humor. Yes, yeah. That's a big thing, I think. If we didn't have like similar sense of humor, we wouldn't have. Or yeah, if I didn't like your shamelessness, I wouldn't have.
I think that's with anyone though. With anything,
That's-
if you don't have humor in anything, you can't.
But you have to have a similar like taste in humor, not just
Yeah.
humor.
Yeah,
Like 'cause
exactly.
there's some humor I don't like, and then so it's not the same. If you have a similar taste in food, for example, and you connect on something,
Yeah,
you
it's a
connect on
connection.
food.
But the initial connection, I think, is that it's a law of attraction.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Personally,
Imagine like going into a comedy room and there's 1,000 people there watching Dave Chappelle. We all like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Do you feel like a single person in that room you're going to have a soul connection with?
no.
Why not?
Oh,
that might just be one thing that you have in common.
some people might not laugh at every joke that you laugh at.
True.
Yeah, he's a controversial.
Yeah, like in someone's routine, I won't laugh at every joke, but some things will make me laugh more than others. But then, yeah, I'm not going to connect with
You
everyone.
probably laugh more at the controversial stuff than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, you would have a connection with most of them, but yeah, not
That might.
everyone.
Yeah. So having a sense of humor that's similar will connect you to a lot of people, most likely. And so the thing is, if you're connected to lots of people, chances are it might not necessarily be that soul level connection. There's a potential for it, but if we're saying that the soul level connection is the highest, it might not be that. So
yeah, I don't think it's just that. It may be like an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Humor.
could be an icebreaker, but let me put it differently. I feel like there's two types of laughter that a person experiences. You've got one type of laughter that is quite superficial, and somebody could put out that video and the whole world laughs at it, goes viral. So that type of laughter isn't necessarily something that will connect souls, because you don't have to have like an acquired taste for it. Whereas there's another type of laughter which is a lot more from the belly. It's literally like something which
roll on the floor type of laughter.
Yeah, you have to like be in the experience, be in the moment with the person.
Yeah. Like you gotta be in the moment to get that effect. When you say it after, doesn't have the same effect. Yeah, we had moments like that.
Tried to sell this. Yeah, you tried to say the same joke twice, and
it just like, doesn't work. Yeah.
The first time you laughed at it like crazy.
Yeah. So this is the thing. Like a good comedian could make somebody experience that a lot. I could make anybody experience that. Is how I see it.
Yeah.
So does that make the person connected to the comedian, or does it make the comedian connected to the person?
The comedian connected to the person.
Yeah. It's the comedian.
Because the energy is flowing from them.
So let me give you the example of someone like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle can sometimes put me in hysterics. Does that mean that he's connecting with me, or I'm connecting with him?
You're connecting with.
Yeah, no, because sometimes he will just talk, and I usually you will listen to what he's saying. You're not actually laughing.
The connection's coming from you, it means, or from him, from the viewer. It's coming from the viewer.
Is Dave Chappelle connected to you guys?
No.
But you're connected to him.
Yeah.
Right, in that moment.
Yeah. So what laughter allows for is like a conductor with people being able to connect to you, because what it can do is it can bring a lightheartedness to the table. And what do you think it is about having a lightheartedness versus a heavy-heartedness that makes it easier for somebody to connect to you?
It's easier to smile and laugh than to bring out emotion of like.
Yeah, I think like if someone has like humor or brings humor to a conversation,
I'd want to connect.
It shows like their willingness or them wanting to connect to others. Whereas if you're like sort of closed off and you're putting out this sort of energy that says, I don't really want to connect with anyone. A positive energy and like a negative energy.
But this is what I'm saying. Like someone like Dave Chappelle, like I don't think he has much of a desire to connect to people. I think that Dave Chappelle, he does laugh at himself, but like he rarely is trying to connect with the whole audience, because he's already got enough. He's already got enough connections with people who he likes. So with his audience, he's getting them to connect to him.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like he doesn't want.
And then when you want to bring them to laughter, you bring them to laughter. You make them laugh.
Yeah.
You don't want to make them laugh. You keep them connected. Huh? I got that. I think
you did. You got it. So what we're saying is that, okay, you've got the lightheartedness,
right?
We're talking about. Why does lightheartedness make connection
easier?
Because the sad emotions, like lower emotions,
I think it breaks barriers.
It breaks barriers.
It breaks barriers.
Yeah.
With
like sometimes you get people that are stuff, like my brother.
So you don't want to.
Yeah, but like there's moments we've had with him when we're on holiday. Like he's usually very uptight, right? But then when we're on holiday sometimes, and like it's light and everyone's having fun and we're playing some silly board game or something, you just see like a completely different person.
Yeah.
So I think that lightheartedness makes him relax a little bit. I don't know, like and
can make the
enjoy
person
himself and just be in that moment for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How does relaxation like help a person to connect?
You let down your guard a little bit, isn't it? Not so insecure all the time.
Exactly. So if a person has a guard up, that's that wall that we were talking about before, physical wall.
Yeah.
But not like a wall you can't see that they have that blocks the flow of power. So if you want to have that real connection with another person, the wall has to be opened, or it has to become transparent. Once the wall is transparent, there can be a flow of power. So dropping the guard is, as you described, it's about relaxation. It's about a person who has gone from being on guard because they're in a state of fear, or they're overly protective of what's inside of them. And now they've been able to relax, going from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic. And from this space, they're open. So as they're opening, what did they share to begin with? They share that little bit of laughter. So laughter is one thing that you can do to help a person to relax. Do you think that laughter is something that sustains relaxation?
No.
Why
It's
not?
like the icebreaker then again. And then you gotta have like some other form of connection.
So what you're basically saying is, if you took the strategy of like relaxing a person, icebreaker, you'd have to continue.
You have to like make them laugh like all the time, or they
you'd have to like make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah. So you either got to be really good at making jokes.
Like
You
delirious.
gotta be like a Dave Chappelle.
Oh no, like delirious Eddie Murphy, where it's just continuous.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. So every now and again, you need that relaxation, that calm, which doesn't come with hurting your belly because you're laughing.
Then do you lose that contact with that person now as you?
So now my question is then, how can you make somebody really relax over the longer period of time?
Trust.
Trust.
Yeah.
Trust. Yeah. Trust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust you.
You want to have your guard down. Even if he could make you laugh, you'd have your guard up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the laughter is just like the initial connection, and then you got to have something more than that to sort of sustain the relationship.
Yeah.
Or sustain that connection, rather.
Because you can't keep that up.
Yeah. Trust.
Laughter is calming and relaxing, but it's not sustainable. It's hard work.
Mm-hmm. Which is why, like, people always say, like, if you're trying to, go and you're trying to connect with someone else for a relationship, then laughing with each other is great initially, but it's probably not the best indicator of long-term and longevity with the relationship. How can you how can you maintain connection over time? You're saying It's trust.
And conversation.
Continual flow.
Communication.
So whilst the connection is open, it's the continual flow of energy.
Yeah.
Right? So if we're thinking about what takes it from just short-term connection to long-term connection, how can you go from like that initial surface to now trust, like trust of which is sustained? What takes it from one to the other?
Commitment.
I think it's not just commitment. It's getting something. It's using each other's.
Yeah, but it's like
using each other's.
It's not a one-way.
Yeah, it's not a one-way thing. If you're getting something back from each, like if you're getting knowledge back, if you're getting something back,
or whatever it is, whatever relationship
there's got to be something
it has
there
to be a give and take sort of situation.
Personally, if I'm talking to someone and they're just cussing me and they're
just quiet and not even bothering, then you'd be like,
then you don't talk.
Yeah.
But if there's a connection, that's what happens. You end up getting trust. Yeah.
Well, let's say like you've got someone who you're talking with and you're talking for ages, but for whatever reason it is, like after 5 hours, you still don't trust them. Is that possible?
5 hours.
You could talk for 5 hours and you're like, I don't trust this guy.
I don't think I'd waste 5 hours, to be honest, if I knew there was no trust in someone.
Okay.
I didn't instinctively feel, I wouldn't spend 5 hours.
So basically what I'm saying is that you talk with
someone's paying me.
Yeah. Does the length of time that you talk with someone influence how much you trust them?
Not really.
I think it's a combination for me. Like I have to have like instinctively know I connect with someone to invest that time.
Yeah.
And then you sort of if you like if you have like an instant connection now, then you're more willing to give that time to know whether you trust the person or not. If I don't have that initial connection, then there's no point in it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is, let's say you've got the initial bit of connection, and now it's like, okay, how can you take it from just being connected to the person to sustain trust? And we're saying the time length could be something that gives you opportunity to develop trust, but it probably isn't just time length alone.
No. Basically, what you're saying is what makes you trust people or not.
Yeah, it's what you get.
What makes you trust someone?
It's what you get out of the relationship. It's what you get out of that relationship.
No, but initially, like just say you had 5 hours now conversation. What would, other than time, what would be the thing that made you trust them or not?
What you're learning, isn't it? What the person's offering, what you're talking about.
Yeah, getting like an insight into the person themselves, personality.
Like you could hate a teacher who's you're doing a training thing. You could not like the person, but you'll listen still, and you'll take on board.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a connection. It's just out of necessity, isn't it?
Yeah. But if there's no connection,
what would take you to that point of trust?
You won't go to a next level. You'll just get that initial contact, boom, and that's it. Bye bye.
Yeah. So
I think time is the biggest factor when it comes to trust.
You think?
I think so. Like
Why
it either gets better and you trust the person more and more, or you don't.
No, but there's some you can trust straight away. You're right. You can have a conversation with someone on the street in the train, say, okay.
Well, that's
But
you're actually right
you're
there,
stuck.
because I think that's how I got like scammed a few times, because you just like trust someone's words and you think, okay, they're genuine, but in fact they're not.
Yeah, people talk and you're going to talk back. You know a thing where if you know the language, you're going to talk
So
back.
is it like
But if there's a connection,
the
you're
words
like,
that they use?
You're from there. Then it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But if there's
yeah, maybe it's like the words that they use.
That's why I think attraction,
the language
comes into it.
Let me stop you all there.
We can just go on and on.
Let me ask you all a question now. Do you two trust each other?
Yeah.
Why?
Experience.
Yeah.
We've been
You know,
through.
I've-
We've been through a
I know, like,
few things.
yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
She kind of knows.
I know everything about him. He knows everything about me. We don't keep like secrets really. If I want to say something, I'll just say. If I'm not happy with something, I'll say. Or if he's not, well, you don't really complain, do you? Much.
No.
Easy going.
That makes it easy. But
I don't know. Just
but that's a higher. That's a deeper connection. That's someone who you want to connect with on a deeper level, isn't it?
Yeah.
with friendships, it's the same thing, but you're just not getting that physical thing, obviously.
I don't think it's that either. Why would you trust?
For me, the initial thing was how she was, like when we started talking, it was the way she was interested. I'm just, it was, I remember typing few words.
Yeah, I don't.
But your replies were like really deep. And I'm like, okay. What's going on? Like it made me feel comfortable. Like you made me feel comfortable that you.
It's like a shallow
listen.
conversation. Yeah,
you listen.
I don't like shallow
And you're
conversation.
not just talking and saying hello. Yeah, how was your day? It was a bit deeper, a lot deeper.
Yeah, but if it's just, I'm just thinking of like a stranger now, for example. Not a stranger, but like someone you just met now. Okay, so you broke the ice with laughter and whatever. How do you get to the trust point? Without time being the factor.
Having familiarities within your personalities.
So let's put it differently, because you use the word stranger there, yeah? You got a stranger, you don't trust a stranger.
No.
After stranger, we could become, we call it an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Do you trust an acquaintance?
Yeah. More than a stranger.
A little bit more, right? Yeah. After an acquaintance, you've got a friend. You trust the friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than an acquaintance.
More than an acquaintance, right?
Then you've got a family member.
Yeah.
Family member you trust more than all three of the others.
Yeah.
So if you take a look at what we've discovered so far, we've looked at going from the beginning part of a stranger who you have no connection with.
Mm.
Once you connect with them, they go from stranger to acquaintance.
Yeah.
A deeper connection can take them from acquaintance to a friend.
Yeah.
But there's also a little bit more trust involved too.
Yes. Yeah. Because there's trust and there's time.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Going from friend to family, does it have to even be a deeper connection?
Look, like so we went from friend, or like say acquaintance, to married in a very short space of time.
Was it because of connection or because of trust?
So, well, yeah, what was it like? What did you say? With connection or trust? I think a little bit of both. More connection than, I think initially it's more connection.
It was more than that.
Trust, and then trust comes sort of.
It was more than that. No, seriously, the story, our story.
Yeah, but like it was a quick quicker than, I don't know, it's like a few months in it.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say it was necessary. Yeah, it's trust also. Because if I didn't trust you, I wouldn't get married.
Of course.
I don't know what it is.
But as Muslims though, we
Yeah, and then you got like sort of the added pressure of that. So
We-
that's not
yeah.
a very good example anyway. So let's get back to the question now.
we put our trust in a higher power. So that's why we kind of, when we're meeting, we can put two families together in weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going back to like the circuit example, the higher power is like the original source.
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah.
plays a big part. Yeah.
Then you got the two light bulbs, both of
Yeah.
you, and conductors. That's what we've got, right?
Right.
So the question that we're asking is, how did you go from like just the connections, because that's part of the circuit that we've understood now.
Yeah.
Like you can go back to the circuit example if you wanted to for trust, but what is the difference between, you know, just connecting with a person and trusting a person?
I'm sorry. I'll go back to what I've said. It's just, for me, it's attraction. That was attraction.
Yeah, but it has to be more, it has to be deeper than that, because going from our background, from where we came from, we both came out from like very bad marriages before. Right. So obviously the walls or the insulators are high up now.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid of having the same, a repeat of the same thing that you just come out of.
So
Yeah.
this is, I guess, the question that we're asking is,
Right.
okay, you've got the initial walls, which they go down after you have a
Connection.
connection.
Right.
Trust is what gets you to keep the walls down and not bring them back up.
Yeah.
So what was it that made you not want to bring them back up?
Faith. For me, it's the dean. The dean was the first, obviously, conductor that brought us together, and then I see what.
But I think for me, I'll tell you why. One thing that was, I'd say, something that would sustain the trust is that you were not like afraid to talk about your past and what you went through. Yeah, he just let me know everything upfront. That I like people that are just upfront. This is it. This is who I am. This is where I come from. This is what have happened to me, and I'm at this point now.
So honesty.
Yeah, definitely honesty.
Honesty, and I think it's also one thing that you were sort of saying before as well for yourself, Yasmin, is that like you don't feel like you hide anything from each other. There's no secrets.
No.
So rather than just calling it honesty, I think it's actually more transparency.
It's transparency, yeah, definitely. Because he could have kept a lot of things from me, but we never had that issue. And I guess for him, on the flip side, would be me still accepting whatever he was saying and still saying, okay, this is a fresh start for both of us, and we can make it better than what we've been through individually before.
Okay, so you're saying transparency, and then also like from the transparency, not getting up and leaving, being okay with it.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you know that. Then from that, then you know. Okay, look.
I can trust this person now because I've said whatever I wanted to say, and they still accept me for what I am and who I am, in both ways, and whatever I've been through.
Okay, so aside from the transparency, do you think there's anything else, or is that like the main thing that got you to go from friend to family?
That was a big factor for me, I think. You just stuck on the attraction, but
I found you very attractive.
Yeah, okay, but like you had to have more than that than to just be.
Yeah, it was your faith and your
Yeah, having that like similar.
Similar.
What's the word now? Like on a similar level
because
when it comes to like
I
lots of
just
things.
become, I just
On the
became,
same page on most things,
I had just reverted.
important things. Maybe.
So I was like maybe 4 years in as a Muslim.
Mm.
So, 4, 5, 2008, 2011, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So for me, it was like, yeah, it's about that attracted me as well. Your knowledge of Islam.
Yeah, like the practicing, but was important for me
Knowledge.
as well. Yeah, not
I
just.
think that's a pretty significant thing that you've just touched on there with the knowledge. Because it's like, imagine if you go to a surgeon,
Yeah.
they're transparent, and they say, "Hey, it's my first day on the job. I want to be honest with you."
Yeah, you're not gonna. You're not gonna.
Probably want them to. I mean, they could have the knowledge as well. They could say, "I've been to university, but you're my first one." Probably.
I'll be checking Google.
They could even be checking Google. Like, yeah, the knowledge is there. I've got it. I just don't have it in my head. Till I check. But what you're more so touching on, I think, is not necessarily knowledge. It's like credibility.
Yeah.
Is this person credible in the area where I personally like have importance in having someone
so check their Instagram. sorry. So you'll check their profile, and you'll check their
social media.
You'll check their posts, and then from there you might even see a post that you think, oh, that's a bit like it might be against your views or something. So that's also that comes into that as well.
Yeah, that can kill credibility.
Yeah.
So we've got credibility, got transparency. Anything else?
Values,
which is we're talking about similar values, right?
Similar values, yeah.
So
like that was like his family, even though they're not like from an Asian, like I'm from an Asian family, but their values are very similar. They have similar family values.
So we're talking
very
about
similar.
Aligned values.
Yeah. And it just sort of makes you more comfortable.
Yes.
Brings down another of those barriers that you probably had.
So let me ask you this. Do you think alignment with values is the most important type of alignment to build trust, or is there anything else higher than value alignment?
That's a big one.
That's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah. If you don't align like your values, and you know you're heading for disaster.
That's right. But is there anything that can make you more certain that the person is someone that's worthy of trust, aside from there being value alignment, or is value alignment like the biggest thing? Like, for example, some people these days, they're about to go on their dates and stuff like that, and you'll see these memes, or these clips, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, like I'm so ready to go on a date. Like you're super attractive." They start walking away with each other, and the person just asks like, "Oh, what's your star sign, by the way?" And the person's like, I'm a Gemini," and they just like walk off like, "I can't do this. This is a deal breaker."
For 2 years, I was like that.
No, I've never been like that. I don't even know what they mean.
Yeah, I was looking for a Leo.
You're a Leo.
And if you met a Leo, it'd be like, I used to have that.
It's I really superstition,
did. Before, way before. But I had that.
That's what's in your.
So if someone was a Cancer, I'd be like,
that was really.
This is also what I'm saying as well. Is it's like if you look at value alignment, now that you're both Muslim, if you think about your kids, sometimes it's like, parents will literally say, as long as the kid is Muslim, it's all good because there'll be value alignment, which actually shows that, there's billions of people in the world that could be the one that's going to marry your kid. Like, would you say that the alignment would be?
No, it's deeper than that. It doesn't, yeah. Like just being a Muslim is not the same as being a practicing Muslim. And even then too, there's lots of cultural differences that make people's values differ.
That's right. So I'm not saying that just because you're Muslim now, you've got the same values as everyone. I'm just saying that like,
it lowers the barrier.
The values are one way that you can see similarities with another person. It's like you're going to see similarities with what your priorities are as people. Yeah. It's like the main thing. So do we think that that's like the most important thing that will build trust in relationship, is if values are aligned?
I think
in terms of alignment, I'm talking about.
It's in terms of building trust.
In terms of alignment.
Oh,
so it helps. We know alignment builds trust, but is value alignment like the biggest thing?
I think it would be the most important one.
It goes a long way.
What do you think is more important than that?
Connection.
No, man.
What?
Could be. If you're talking about connection, then what would be the alignment if it's not values?
If the person is of benefit. If there's any benefit in that relationship, if there's any benefit. I mean, it could be an employer-employee relationship. Could be a thing. So if there's finance at the end of it, then you appreciate it. Or if there's something at the end of it that you appreciate. If there's knowledge in it.
But I don't necessarily trust them.
You trust
that they'll pay you, okay?
Yeah, you trust it. If it's happened a couple of times, then you'll be like, okay, I trust this person. You might not like them, but there's a trust, there's a connection that keeps you together. That's why an employer keeps his employers as
a give and take again.
I'm saying if there's no connection, if there's nothing being with nothing, then
so this is what I'm saying. It's like you've got two people that are connecting. Are they connecting because they have alignment of values, or could there be anything else that's connecting them in terms of alignment if it's not just values?
Of course.
Well, when we be like
of course it is.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Could be a subject, could be an interest.
Which I'm confusing me.
You could have the same. You could support the same team. You could support the same. You could like the same color.
So here's another way to view it. What about this? You know how sometimes people say that opposites attract.
I don't really agree with that.
Opposites attract.
I don't really agree with that. Because it might be an initial attraction. Yeah, it might be an initial connection. But it's not sustainable again. It's like that laughter.
Okay, let me finish this point. So some people say the opposites attract.
Right.
Okay. And even in physics, magnetic opposites that attract.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, what if the opposites are also opposites that are of the same expression? So it's like, for example, you've got, let's say, a person that's connected in terms of the shared values. You both value family, or you both value quality time, whatever it is. And then the way that you have your connection isn't that you have a similar interest. It's actually more that the level of interest that you have is the same. The level of passion that you have is the same, but it's like for different
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that
like
would
one,
be true for us also, to be honest. Yeah.
imagine you're doing a business together.
Mm.
One of you is just super passionate about marketing. The other one is super passionate about sales. But the level of passion that you both have is like
Similar.
it's what connects you.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So now I'm like, okay, do you have to both be interested in the same things? Do you have to both share like all the same values?
No. Well, the important ones. But then there's like less important things like football now. I have absolutely no interest in football. And he's got
Right.
like his level is like maybe up there. But then I might have like what's my interest in?
Art.
Yeah. So and he don't have any interest in art. So we have similar, like you say, different things that we're interested in, but at the same level of passion. So he agrees with, like, not agree, but like he supports mine and I support him, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. It's like if like one of you was really passionate about just anything and the other one, you had similar values, but you had like zero passion, do you feel like that would
That's a misalignment in a way.
Yeah. Then there'll be a
Yeah. But depending on how important it is, I guess.
yeah. So what I'm kind of alluding to over here is I'm saying like one of the things that could be a potential in terms of the alignment is an energetic alignment.
Mm.
Do you have an energy that's compatible with one another?
me and Yasmin.
Just in general, but you two
Yeah.
could be
That does
because I can see how that could like break.
improve the conductivity of the energy.
That could
Yeah.
be a major
So
conductor.
it's like, just say like one person is like down for something, for some reason.
Yeah, she knows.
And the
that's
other one
what she-
is like always on the energetic scale is always high up there. There's like a real misbalance in energy, and it's not good because the one that's high in energy is gonna be like, oh, get up and whatever, and the other one's like, I just can't do it. So
or sitting in front of the TV
yeah,
all day.
it's a
like,
misalignment. That would definitely be a misalignment. So it won't always be exactly the same either.
No.
Yeah. But it's like one brings the other one up sometimes, or the other one brings that one down sometimes. It's like just balancing each other out.
Yeah. So okay, let's bring it into a summary. We've got transparency, we've got the alignment, and we also have what was the other thing? Transparency for trust.
Shared values. What was it?
Yeah, that was alignment. So alignment, transparency, and credibility. Those are three things so far. Aside from that, anything else that can build trust?
Money.
Money.
Finance.
How does that build trust, babe? Do you trust someone that got money more than you trust someone that doesn't?
No.
Thank you.
I'm saying if the employee, if the person, if you're employee,
Are you thinking about an employer?
yeah, I'm thinking of an employer like the thing. If there's finance,
Again, it comes back to if are you getting something out of?
so that comes into
or not.
trust. Yeah.
That's not. Yeah. It's like a reciprocation, whatever. What's the word? So if you're putting in energy and you're not getting anything out, then there's no.
Yeah. If I'm working for someone and he's not paying me, then you're not going to work for him no more.
Okay. So this is another thing that I would say you're touching on is like you wouldn't get into a relationship with somebody for money if they didn't say that they would be willing to give you money, right? So the initial trust that you give is then something of which you had to remove based off of the fact that they weren't reliable. They didn't do
reliability. Yeah.
There you go. So we've got credibility, reliability, transparency, and
Alignment.
alignment. Anything else?
It's about trust.
Trust
I'm
is.
trying to think why I trust you. I'm not really sure why I trust you.
Why do you trust me?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to
Still trying to figure it out.
brought up lots of questions in my mind that I have to think about.
I'm as transparent as you think.
Yeah, but you were too transparent for your own good. What else would build trust? I'm trying to think of why would you trust a stranger now, for example.
Familiarity. I think it would be familiarity. For me, there'd have to be some kind of connection.
Yeah, that we've
Apart from a human connection, there has to be some kind of connection.
we've been through that
between-
connection, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
the trust, but why would you
Well,
trust
how would you
someone
get that trust? Yeah.
other than the things that we've mentioned now? Reliable, credible, transparent. Communication.
A human communication.
So communication.
Area wise,
Okay.
you might know someone in that area.
No, like
You
no,
might know
like
someone in that road she lives in. You might know someone.
That's credibility. That's credibility.
Right.
So you can communicate credibly. You can communicate transparently. You can communicate in a way where it's reliable. You do what you said you were going to do.
Mhm.
Is there any other way you can communicate to build trust?
Results.
Mhm.
That would be credibility.
Mhm. I think that's it. What are we missing? Yeah, there's something that we're missing because that's why you're asking.
There's a lot of things you could say. That's
It could be.
Is it an important one?
Would you let's say that in communication, we've got three forms of communication, right? So we've got words, body language, and we have tone.
Sorry, what's the last one?
Tone.
Right.
So if I'm communicating with this person and I'm just using my, let's say to begin with, tone.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that you get a phone call from someone and like they're basically trying to they're trying to tell you that you've got to come down to like wherever they are right now because it's some sort of emergency and you got to bring your whole family, but they sound like a kid. Like they've got a super high pitched voice, sounds like they're 4 or 5 years old. Would you trust that person to
No.
come? No.
No. So where's your dad?
You would ask for the parent, right? Like you wouldn't.
Or you'd question it, yeah.
Yeah, like how old are you? Straight away. So if the tone over there is like a tone where I'm actually communicating that I don't have much credibility, there could be other ways that I use my tone that can communicate that like I'm not someone you should trust. Another way that like tone changes is by fluctuations of tone. So we have one thing that's called an uptone, and we have another thing that's called a downtone. If we have an uptone, it means that my pitch is going up. In every sentence, you can see that my words are getting a little bit higher. But downtone is the opposite. A downtone communicates something different. So which one do you feel like builds more trust. If I'm
Downtown.
Nelson Mandela had the best
Downtown.
tone. Like
Yeah.
Mandela, his tone was next level.
Yeah. It's
You
like
had
an
to
art
listen. Yeah,
form.
there's some people's accents you have to. Yeah, there's some
I don't.
people's
It's not even the accent. It's just like the way they.
Well, this is the thing. Some accents might build trust. Some accents might
Yeah,
scare
like
you, depending on where you're from, who you're speaking with. So obviously, similar accent can be something that will build trust, but a different accent can either build trust or it can break it. I remember back when like we would call America, and it was beautiful. Like we'd call America, and they'd be like, as soon as they could see that we had a UK accent,
oh yeah, they love it. Yeah.
oh hello sir, sorry about that. Like they
Yeah.
would give you a different level of respect. There's a
Of
different
course.
accent.
Of course, the
But
tone.
if it was, maybe some Russian that called a person in the UK with their
Don't
thick,
hurt me. I'll do whatever you want.
yeah, you either get
Actually,
scared,
yeah.
you'd be like, what's going on over here? So accent can definitely play a part. Let's be real. Which is why, like, even with my accent, I just changed it based off what was working well for me in conversations. Like my regular accent from where I'm from, like that didn't really work that well for me. I changed it a little bit
Northern.
to northern, just for that little target demographic of people, and not for the globe. So accent can play a part. Tone, though, if I go uptone versus downtone, what do you think is the difference that they do?
Downtown is definitely more because it's calmer. When you say high pitched and you're just like you
Okay,
sound like you're more urgent, like you want someone to do something like now.
yeah. So if I go high pitch, right? If I go up in my tone, I'm doing the opposite of making someone feel calm. I'm actually making them feel more stressed
Anxious, yeah.
and anxious. But if I'm making the person feel calm, then I'm making them feel safe.
Yeah. More open to receiving whatever it is that you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you can make a person feel safe, like how would you describe that? What is safety? Maybe that's all it is. Because safety creates trust, but what allows you, or what makes a person
Feel safe.
feel safe? Like what's the biggest determining factor there? And it could just be that is it credibility that makes a person feel safe, a person at ease? If you know that you're going into a doctor's practice and this person's got 30 years in the game, they know what they're doing and everything like that. But for whatever reason, their motives might have shifted.
Well, then the safety is going to be a combination of the other things that we mentioned, like transparency, credibility, reliability. That would all add to a person feeling safe or not.
Yeah, absolutely. What would make you feel unsafe?
If there was none of those,
The
or very
opposite.
low.
Or the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite would make you feel unsafe. Anything else make you feel unsafe with a person?
In a normal chat.
Anything, yeah.
Aggression, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aggression. Why would you feel unsafe when somebody's being aggressive?
Because
Unpredictable.
it's unpredictable, like yeah. You know that it's gonna be violent. It could be violent. This person could be violent. There could be violence. So your brain now is
Going into safe
going
mode.
into safety mode.
Okay, but like you can't exactly predict everything that, I'm going to say, you're both going to say. Does that make you feel unsafe?
Not me.
There's a predictability. Maybe it's more like
not me. You got to know when. You got to know how to kind of just be like, no.
the perception of
Yeah.
fear. Because you like just say you're walking down the street now, right? And someone looks suspicious for whatever reason. You instinctively feel you need to maybe move away,
Yeah,
or put your phone away,
Your
or
defense.
whatever.
Your defense.
It's just it's like an instinctive thing. I don't know.
And in a conversation, if that comes up, then it's not. It should be
Or
an
if someone
uncomfortable
says something
place,
like,
this ain't gonna be a normal conversation. This could be. There's like different avenues it could go down instead of that normal trajectory.
Which avenue would you be anticipating that would be the one that you should fear the most?
Yeah, aggression.
Why?
Because then it could.
you don't want to get hurt.
Because then it could get physical. Innit?
You don't want to
you
get
don't want to get hurt. Yeah.
right. So here's the thing. Like, how could you make a person feel safe knowing that they're afraid that they might get hurt?
Reassurance.
That you won't get hurt?
Yeah.
Who
Hurts. For example, like you can go to a surgeon, they could cut you open, but you'd still let them do it. You could be giving birth and it hurts, but it's still going to be doing it. Like, what's the thing that makes you feel safe?
No, they've done it before.
The credibility, yeah, that's it. But someone could have done it before
and done it wrong. Like David Shitman. Harold Shitman. What was his name? That doctor. Yeah.
I'm you guys ever seen the movie Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber? Really?
Don't give us anything else to watch, please. We're still watching this.
Have you started it, yeah?
Yeah, it's really good.
So what episode are you on? What part are you on?
9.
Already?
About 2 left. There's about 2 left of the first series.
That's good. That's good. You're making ground, but like it's getting good, right? Like you probably started to see some twists.
We just found out that guy's a robot.
Which one?
Bernard.
That was crazy.
I was shocked. I am still shocked.
That was mad.
I feel so sorry for him now. Like, oh shit.
But I could tell he was, because he was a bit dodgy.
There's no way.
I just feel like he actually thought he was like human. He had all these human feelings, and
man, he wasn't.
And now you realize that
he didn't smile.
Sick.
He didn't smile for 8 episodes.
No, but the thing is, when you watch it back, like you can literally tell, because there's 2 different versions of them. So yeah, it's so good the way that they've made you
brilliant.
stupid. But it gets better. Like that's not even the best part. It's crazy. So last 2 episodes you're gonna love. But
when we miss the calls, then you'll know why. Because we
I need to do something productive. That's what I'd say. Like Westworld
I'm going for 1 episode. She gets the first episode. She's like, no, let's do one.
This is why I don't watch movies. Is because I know it's gonna happen to me. I have to see the next one and the next one. I just want to know what happens.
Yeah, me too. I just watched the whole thing all in one go.
I could, yeah.
But Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber, I do recommend that movie.
When we're done with this thing,
it's Johnny Depp, and it's basically to give you the overview. People come into his barbershop and they trust him to like trim the beard. And as soon as I watched that movie, I stopped going into the barbers to. but he just instead of like doing the shape up, he'll just slit their throats.
Oh,
So-
because it's like a serial killer or
But
something.
it's a musical, so it's really good.
The musical
crazy.
serial killer.
That's probably why I didn't watch it. I'm not really into musicals.
No, I never even heard of that one. Sweeney Todd.
No, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's good. But like, imagine like Sweeney Todd, like he was known as being the best barber in the area. Done it many times over, had the credibility.
Mm.
Would you still want to go in, even if he's got the credibility, but he's you know now his
His cutthroat's abilities are a bit
yeah
too dramatic.
No, we wouldn't go in again. No one would go in if you know something like that.
you know that he could, not just that he could hurt you, because every barber can hurt you.
Yeah.
You're giving a lot of trust away to
Yeah.
So every barber.
Yeah, like that would be a classic example of trusting a stranger, unless you've been going to the same barber like for years and years. But sometimes you're not. You just on holiday or something, and you go to a barber.
Could you
It's a
imagine?
complete stranger, and yet you put them right there on your neck with a sharp blade.
Oh, I'm just thinking, maybe that's why we choose to stick to one barber as like men, because we trust, isn't it? It's a trust thing.
Yes.
I don't. I won't go to
like Baku just drives like all the way to bloody
my dad goes
Edmonton.
like 45 minutes away, Tottenham.
Even if he gets stuck in traffic, that's the only place he's going to carry there and do his.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, a big thing is that people have the potential to hurt you, and one thing that you also have to have that discernment for is, will they?
What's the
likelihood that they're gonna?
Likelihood? Of course,
It's like a risk assessment that you do, like instinctively, also.
Always.
Mm-hmm. And what are you assessing for in that scenario? You're assessing for their
character,
vulnerabilities.
Could be character. I would say character is like one way to put it, and if you go a little bit more specific, then you could describe it as intention. Is their intent to hurt you, or is there intent?
How would you know?
How can you assess for intention?
Yeah,
that's a great question.
Because you could, like you said, now you could be like the best barber on the street. Everyone knows you, and you just happen to be the first one that he decides, well, I've had enough of this. So how would you tell? Intention.
That's a hard one. It's a hard one.
Again, I think for me it would come down to like instinct.
Subhanallah.
If someone's intention is bad, they have bad energy around them.
Do you think so?
I think so. 100%.
Yeah, it tracks.
100%. I believe in energy. Like, that's maybe where I don't know if you'd call it instinct or what, but I can tell when someone's energy is good or not. And that's something that keeps me towards them, draws me towards them, or just makes me say, wow, I'm not going.
So what you're saying is that you believe that intent affects a person's energy. And
all actions are judged by intention. Why?
Yeah. That's the core, isn't it? Of everyone's.
So
if someone's got intention to do these to harm to you, then they're gonna end up doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if intent can affect energy, what do you think it is that happens to a person that will purify their intent? You're saying that it will affect their energy, yes, but the actual change that happens within themselves? Is it like a particular, is it a specific change that occurs?
When they go from having a good intention to a bad intention, or the opposite way?
Either way, it could go either way. The intent could be.
Congo.
Yes. Like someone could have a bad intention. Like just say you're going to steal something from someone, right? But you have like I don't know, a moment of
I tell you, another great movie. Y'all have probably seen this. If you haven't seen this prioritize, like, you got to prioritize this over Sweeney Todd. You must have seen the Bollywood movie RRR.
That's over to you.
Bollywood. I don't watch, to be honest.
RRR. You haven't seen RRR? No.
I've heard of it. I've seen it. I've
So you have
seen
seen
it.
it.
I've seen it somewhere.
Okay.
Poster.
That movie, it's like Westworld in a movie in terms of the shock factors. But
Is it a new film?
It's very new as well. You will love it. You will love it. Guaranteed.
What is it called again?
Just triple R. Just 3 R's.
R.
Yeah.
This is the thing. What's our Africans? We have to say R.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So you have seen it? Or you just know what the movie is?
Yeah. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Oh, okay. You have to watch it. But I can't spoil it now. But the thing is, the whole movie is about intent. And it's like, okay, what would you be willing to sacrifice that might look like you have the highest, like you don't have intent at face value because of what you're doing, but when people get to see the full story play out, they see like, oh, the intent was actually pure, like so pure. But what I'm saying is that sometimes, even when people have, like, so here's one thing. I don't know how deep you guys have gone down this rabbit hole or up the rabbit hole, but like some people even say that.
Been through some
yeah, I've been seeing some people saying that like Hitler had pure intent.
Well, let's not go in that conversation. It's going to be a long conversation.
Yeah, no. That's is a bit controversial, but yeah, I'm not on the Hitler was the evil one side. I'm not on the Hitler was the good one side. I'm staying in the middle lane. I don't know if he was bad. I don't know if he was good.
No. Personally.
But that's as I say, that is controversial.
I don't think everything is black and white.
Yeah, it's not black and white.
There's not always two sides. Like you're on this team or you're on that team. You have to be sort of subjective about these things because history, as we know, is written by the victors.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. It's his story. So here's my question that I'm asking is, when you think about like intent, what measures purity of intent?
Your action.
No.
Okay, before you do the action, you mean?
Like, for example, in Islamic history, I mean, we are pretty proud of the fact that we've been able to conquer certain countries and build empires. But at what cost? The cost of some people have shed blood. So, what is the measurement of intent? Like, what makes it pure? What makes it pious?
the end result.
No. So if you take that example, for instance, the Islamic history, where we have conquered large parts of the world, the intention was not worldly. The intention was to spread the message. So the intention wasn't to go and conquer these lands to gain from them, like what we know as colonialism,
Yeah.
to exploit them and exploit the people and just kill for no reason, whatever. Yeah. So the intention there was obviously pure, and that's why it lasted that long. And once that purity sort of degraded and faded and corruption
Corrupted.
set in, it's when it started to decline and it ended. So the intention started to get more worldly and less not worldly. So yeah, I think the pure intention is selflessness.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pure intention is justified by the selflessness of the deed, and the more impure, the more selfish.
Mm.
Mm.
So when a person has selfish intent,
Mhm.
then they're less trustworthy.
Yeah.
When a person has selfless intent,
Yeah.
The more
then
Yeah.
more trustworthy, which kind of goes back to what you were saying before about how faith came into it so much so, because
Mm.
if you can see that a person is faithful to God, like
Mm.
their intent is most likely not going to be as selfish. It's going to be selfless.
Mm.
So this is the thing, is that sometimes people can appear selfless, but have selfish intent. And
Yes.
sometimes people can appear selfish, but have selfless intent.
True.
So the key is not to trust based off of appearances.
Mm.
Action.
It's to trust based off of what is their intent. And what you were saying before about that's not something that you can measure
Mm.
physically because it's energetic. When a person has a clean heart, they have selfless intent.
Mm.
Your heart, if it is also pure,
Mm.
will recognize that that is selfless intent that the person has. If it's impure, then you probably won't
Yeah.
to see it as much as yourself.
Mm.
So it's like that thing where when you're from a certain place, if you're from a place in South Africa, they have a certain dialect, you can recognize it in another person when they're sharing that same language.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for energy.
You don't necessarily trust them though.
I mean, you got alignment. So you got alignment, but you're able to see it because you are it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with your intent as well, is that if you genuinely have selfless intent, you can sense it in another person.
Mm.
So other people will be able to sense it in you when they have pure intent as well. So with regards to trust, do you think that's a pretty full picture of everything that can build trust? We've got the credibility, the reliability, the
Transparency,
transparency, the alignment, and
safety.
Where did we say that safety was built from again? Wasn't that intent?
Intention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intention is what builds safety. So yeah. We've got connection that we first established that came from what? Connection comes from the flow that's
Yeah.
coming from conductors.
Yeah.
More conductors, more flow. More insulators, less flow.
Less flow.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to drop insulators ourselves, otherwise they can't connect with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we can drop other people's insulators by making them laugh and sustainably
Trust. Yeah.
right? So if we think about like how we can become trustworthy, worthy of people's trust, aside from just purification of your heart and your intent, what else can we do to become trustworthy people?
All the things that we mentioned, being
And to show
trustworthy,
and to show
credibility,
vulnerability, to show people that you can you can trip, you can fall, you're like them, you're human.
So that's that transparency. So be transparent with people.
But also relatable. You're relatable.
Which is alignment.
Right.
So show. So I guess this is what I'm more so saying is that, do you believe that you are trustworthy?
I think I am. I don't know about you.
No. That's a tough one to say. Yeah, of course you believe it, but whether
someone else perceives it or not is
when they're looking at your profile, do they
okay?
What's the perception?
So, do you believe that you are perceived as trustworthy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. Like, I'm trying to think of why I wouldn't be perceived as trustworthy. Yeah.
People see you as being
like your first instinct would be she's trustable. Wouldn't be like, oh no, stay away from her. She's not sure. We're not sure if she's on.
I guess it's more of a question of trust with what, because like, for example, might trust you to stand next to my cousin for a little bit of time without attacking him, but might not necessarily trust you to lead me in a business, you know? Like, if you think about the area that you want to be most trustworthy in the area that you want to be most trustworthy is an area where, if we go back to even the beginning of the conversation, we were talking about the exchange of power. So for someone to give you one of the types of powers, which in your offer right now, like in your opportunity, if you think about this kind of power that a person will be given to yourself, like some of that's going to be like all of them. There's going to be spiritual, mental, emotional, vocational. The only one that it wouldn't really be is so much of the physical. Might be a little bit by them showing themselves and things like that, but social, financial, like it could be everything. So would someone see you as trustworthy enough to give you all those things right now?
No.
Probably not. Not yet.
No.
Why not?
because the offer's not there.
Maybe the credibility is not there, really.
No, not the
Yet.
offer. Not the offer. Sorry, the credibility.
Credibility.
Yeah.
It's just the credibility. You
Yeah.
feel like you got the transparency?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty
Feel like you've got,
transparent.
yeah? You feel like you've got the
Reliability.
reliability? You feel like
Yeah.
you've got the alignment,
You're attracting the right, like, sort of person. Yeah. Then, yeah.
the intention?
Intention.
So just the credibility, you feel like.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So what do you feel like is the gap right now between the credible version of you and the version of you that is incredible?
Results.
Result.
Like, I have results, but it wasn't something that I
Not
got
just results.
you know.
Then again, there's some trust on it.
I can show, like, oh, I made this amount, but I personally didn't do it. You know, so it's not credible. It's like,
It's like
Yeah.
you serve some food up for some people, but you bought it from Pizza Hut, you know,
Yeah.
like cooked from.
yeah, and now they expect you to give them the same pizza. And so I don't know where to
Yeah,
start.
I mean that reminds me. We was in Greece one time.
Mm.
We
Oh my God! Yeah.
we sat down by this restaurant. We'd ordered something, and then we saw the same guy who ordered our food
Getting on his
Get on a
bike,
bike.
and driving off.
driving off.
And we like sat there, we just ordered. Like,
10 minutes, he's come back with the food to cook.
Probably paid like.
Not done. He had to cook it. He went somewhere and bought it. But yeah, this is the thing. So you're thinking like,
He went and
it
like
sticks in your mind like it's not.
Yeah.
food from the
One of
takeaway.
those moments that you like never forget. You know?
That's some like TV.
That was a TV
TV
moment
show.
because there was no one else in the restaurant. There were no waiters, and he was like a solo show. But it was actually a nice place, isn't it? He had like waterfront and
I
everything.
think we ordered something that we didn't have.
Chips, I think.
Probably.
Wouldn't you prefer that than him going like, "Oh, we don't have that in stock"? That's
Yeah,
like
but it's good on him for like
Yeah.
saying, "Yeah, we got it, and then he's like made a plan. He got it.
Yeah, but it doesn't like. It's not like we're not going to go there regularly. You're not going to keep going, are you?
Well, he did
I
that.
like that level of
That's really
certainty.
nice anyway. So even he'd probably go back there anyway.
He's willing to literally go and get it. I think that's top quality.
The effort is good.
Yeah.
So credibility, like what's the gap? Like you saying that you haven't cooked the food yourself, like someone else cooked the food, and you feel like now everyone
to
just
the
wants,
same level.
right? You want it to be cooked at the same level from yourself. So if you think about how you can become credible, like what are your solutions right now? So you've got one, for example, which could be
Yeah.
you learn to cook as good as the person who was cooking. That's one.
Or you just keep buying from the cook from where you bought from.
You could keep buying from the cook. Yeah. Or maybe you could do both.
Yeah. Like while you're learning, you can just still keep, buying, and then until you get to the point where you don't need to buy anymore.
Because whilst you're buying it, you're like actually watching how, or whilst they're cooking for you, you're watching how the food is being. You're asking questions. You're like, how is this actually, like, why is it going in? Yeah. And then eventually you're just like, I can do this. It's just follow the recipe.
Yeah.
And then once we follow the recipe, then we'll be able to make the same quality of meal. And then people will be happy with that same result. But what you probably wouldn't do is just go and attempt to
make it yourself
credible whilst you don't have credibility to get the results, because that way people won't.
That's why you lose that sort of reliability then, and transparency.
Right.
Yeah. So if you think about it like this, in terms of so far in the recipe, how much of the recipe do you feel like you do know?
A lot more than I did a few months ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, your videos have got a lot better. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. They're a lot better. I'm very surprised.
Thanks.
No, I mean in a good way.
Yeah, thanks.
No, they've come very
You're
good.
bringing out like the tongue clicking and everything. I don't do this.
No, but you do videos.
You know this thing is being recorded. Yeah.
You do videos now, like clips, which is good. Before it was like a single shot.
You gotta clip that and put that on the Instagram. That was hilarious. That's
It was a yeah, you're doing proper. It's nice content.
Yeah, so I'm definitely further along.
Yeah, now it's the next. Now the next bit is gaining that trust from them. It's true though.
Yeah, I've got like I'd say maybe 70%.
So you feel like you've got 70% of the full recipe that will get somebody the same result that you got.
Oh.
Let's see.
No, maybe less than that. Maybe 50%.
Okay. What 50% do you have, would you say?
The profile.
Like
the Instagram.
I could tell someone how to get to this point where I am.
The journey.
In a maybe condensed. Yeah, but a lot of it you can't really, to be honest, because a lot of my growth is not just from you, it's from me willing to do certain things and maybe taking a certain amount of time. So it's a mindset thing also.
Okay. So with the mindset, how much of that do you feel like you've got of the recipe?
I'd say you're
I think I got the mindset has definitely gone up more than anything else.
Of course.
Yeah. So like 50, 80, 100, like where do you think the mindset is?
I'd say her mindset.
I'm at like an 80, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. The balance of that 20% is me getting out of that comfort zone of the ads and the sales goals, basically.
Yeah, that's just 2 steps.
No, yeah. And I don't think it's a lot of it is not like me not wanting to do it. It's not even not having the belief that I can do it. I know I can do it. It's
the right moment.
No, I just I don't know what it is like about the ads, especially. I just feel like I have this in my head of how I want to do it, but I just don't have the right time to do it. You know? Like I was meant to do one ad a day consistently. I know this in my head. But what you said was just keep everything the same.
Yeah. You know what ads? What ads?
So you have that sort of that consistency with everything else, except the maybe changing the words or whatever you're changing in each one. So the set needs to be the same. The setting needs to be the same. And that's something I'm struggling with, especially with time in the day and having the kids all, because I'm surrounded by them all the time. The only time I'm not with them is now when they're sleeping.
Yeah.
But then I'm on these calls trying to like learn something and move forward at the same time. Or some days I just want to like just chill out and just not think about anything. Right? So
environment.
Yeah, the environment is something that I Yeah.
It is important.
Do you have like a studio?
Where, his mom's got an extra room in our house, and I was thinking to do something in there, but then I would have to go there at this time, which is not practical either. Or maybe
Yeah,
in the day, and maybe have you see Sal. It's just logistics are a bit difficult.
I get that. I get that. But like, let me give you the example of what it was like for me back when I got started off in my journey. If you ever come to my house at any point, then I'll show you where I got started. And it was literally, in fact, even before that, I had another place, and I was just talking about this in a video that I'm about to put out tonight after this. And what I was saying in the video is that in my first ever place that I was operating my business from, it was practically me being homeless because my friend at university said that there's the spare bedroom in the halls of our university flat. You might as well take it. So I was like, why not? And I went into there, lived there for like a whole year. None of the people found out or anything like that, but that's where making my content, filming my things from. That was actually a blessing, and I should have really used and abused that a lot more than I did. But I got distracted being at like university and stuff like this for that environment. So it wasn't the best environment because of the support that was lacking. But the second environment that I had was like, I just wanted my space that was like my bat cave. It's the best way I can put it. And I went into the basement. I saw that it was a completely neglected room, not being used whatsoever. Barely had a carpet in there. The walls hadn't been painted. And I was like, listen, I don't give a shit. Like, just give me the space. I'll turn it into something that's workable. And that's exactly what I did. I got a little desk in there. And behind me, it just had a couple of books. So funnily enough, it actually looks similar to this setup over here, but it was in a basement and people couldn't see anything apart from the white wall and like my desk. But anytime that I was in my studio, it felt great. And funnily enough, like anytime I jump on a call on a Zoom call, people would be like, yo, your studio looked great, like proper effort and everything like this. But I wasn't doing it for the people. I was doing it for me. Because every time I stepped into it, I was like, yeah, I'm in this
It's a mental thing. Yes.
Yeah. So even when you don't have so much space, you can be resourceful. I give you another example. Like when we were traveling, and it was the likes of myself, like Anthony, George, Isaac, Carlton, um, everyone who was out there with us. We were renting Airbnbs, and that space was something that we would fight for because, like we just knew the power of what would happen when you're in that environment and how productive you could become. So, like the first space me and Anthony were in was a space where it had a living room, kind of like what you guys are in right now. And that room had a bed in it, which was a couch, like a sofa bed. So one of us would be working on that couch, and then the other one was just working on like a round table, and that was the workspace. We ate on that table from time to time, yes, but otherwise that was like the workspace. So aside from that, if we wanted to film ads, we would actually go outside and we would film ads outdoor.
Yeah.
So get some content there. We didn't really
That's
film
why
it.
a lot of my videos are sort of like in the car when I'm waiting for them to pick them up from their lesson.
Yeah.
Or walking.
And I think the car is like super relatable, So maybe that's your office.
That's
Where
relatable.
your
I That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
I've seen
A lot. I've seen a few videos in cars, to be honest, and then I
And the
thought,
ones that
I might as well do it also.
Yeah. Because think about it, like when it gets to the point where, you know, you got people who are going to jump on business launch calls with you and you're about to onboard them and stuff like that into your business, or like you're doing a training, the car's going to be the place where they're just going to see you as, yeah, that's where she does her business from because she's a mum. And it'll give them inspiration to be like, oh, yeah, we have a car as well. Why aren't we doing our videos in cars?
Mm.
So the excuse I'm making.
Yeah, that's
It's
my
not.
safe, it's my safe space.
Yeah,
It's a thinking space. It is
It's not.
really when you, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's not just relatable, but it's also empowering because it's like, oh, she don't mess around. Like sh you can
she
literally,
needs to get a point across. She's going to get it across, whether she's in the car, whether she's right.
yeah,
It makes
yeah.
people think like she needs to get that.
Because think about it, like everyone's waiting for the perfect environment to go and start making content or to start making ads. They're waiting to be empowered financially.
It's true, isn't it?
I actually considered trying to do the ad in the car at the same time, but then I thought maybe it looked like very unprofessional.
Or you're trying to find the right
So
branch or the right tree.
as soon as you start thinking to yourself like, oh, it needs to be more professional, like you've already gone wrong. You've already gone wrong. Like one of my best ads was where I was just literally walking in the park. I was in a different country, yes, but I was walking in a park and I just like was behind some trees and pulled out my phone, filmed myself, and that's the one that people knew me the best for. Another great ad, like I wasn't walking in the park, I was walking in the countryside in the UK. And I just woke up like at sunrise, got up early, went
I
for
like the walking ones also, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be on a walk and that environment, like it's outdoors. It doesn't have to be the same street, the same place, anything like that, but just the outdoors.
Outdoors, yeah.
You know, so you've got the car, you've got the outdoors. Like
yeah, I think I prefer those to
Real life,
like
isn't it?
being in my home environment, because at home I've got a million things on my head all at the same time. Like you're thinking of all sorts of things. But when you're in the car, you're not thinking of all of that because the kids are okay because somebody's looking after them.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So
The home is where you get the B-roll. So that's just the natural. Here's a couple of videos that I'm getting every single day, and I see in your content that you're actually getting quite a bit of B-roll, which is great. But get that in the home, and then when you're in the car, when you're on the walks, that's the perfect time to start filming the ads and
the ad,
getting what we call the A-roll.
Yeah, I was even thinking like to do our videos in like the car.
Yeah.
But then we have to leave the children with your mom because we can't just like be like, oh, the kids are in the house.
That one was funny when Yusha was getting me from the back.
Well, I think,
If
you had the kids from the back of the videos as well, that would be great. If you could pull that off somehow, like you guys are going on a car trip.
If we did you mean like driving, not driving, but like
you could just be on a drive. Like imagine, like you drop the kids off to school or you drop them wherever, and you just do it like that, where they're in the back, but you guys are live and the kids are playing around, messing around.
They're very opinionated. They have to like.
That's all part of it.
It becomes their show instead of ours.
Yeah, people would love it. People would love it. But like at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be the full thing. It just could be like a segment where you drop them off. They go to school. Like I don't know if they do that. You guys homeschool.
They go to the summer school in the
weekend school.
Fair, but like you get what I'm saying. Like there's certain times where you might drop them off somewhere. They can be in the back. You're just playing around with them, and it just makes it all lighthearted again. So that drops the guard of the people who are going to be connecting with you. And then you start building trust by showing the different variables that we were just talking about: your intention, your transparency, your credibility, your reliability, and your
alignment.
Yeah. So going back to the recipe, you feel like you actually have the recipe in terms of the mindset from what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think the mindset is I'd say the
You have it.
mhm.
You have like enough. Like, let me put it this way. I'm gonna have to give you the same thing that my upline gave me when I was similar. In fact, you're a higher rank than I was, and you have more mindset than I had. But he gave me this, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I see it now. And he basically told me that you've actually done. I don't know if you can see it, but I was a 1A at the time. Is like you've done more personal development than a 6A,
Mm.
and that's when I was like, "Oh shit! I've been doing too much of this." Like,
Yeah, exactly. Sort of. Yeah, you've tipped the scale is tipped too much on one side. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I gotta
And
just
you
like
keep it
stop.
balanced. Yeah.
Stop. Like it almost felt like this ain't fair then, because if I've done all the personal development, why don't I have the same freaking result? And the
Mm.
only reason why was because these guys I knew were putting in more into the actual
Action.
actions of what it required. So with yourself as well, you've done more personal development than 6As in this business. And like I've seen it. You might not have seen it because you've not actually spoken to many 6As.
Mm.
I've spoken to some of them, and it's like, yeah, they're just
Once
not.
you get there.
This is the thing. You don't have to have done personal development to just be good at making sales.
Yeah.
You can, with this business that you're in, like, it's just direct sales. People can just bash in sales over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Don't need to do any personal development, or not high level, but it's just within being able to get people to buy stuff. The kind of personal development that I've given you, this is why I'm saying like it's more than most 6As, is because it's actually leadership development.
Mm.
And it's what will help you to have not just automation, volume, and production, but it's what's going to help you have duplication.
Mm.
So like you've done a depth of personal development, and you got the recipe there. Like you have it down. So let's say we've got the mindset as one part of the recipe, another part of the recipe being the skill set.
Yeah.
And if the skill set is another part of the recipe, then which skills do you currently have? You have the content. You can make form content on Instagram. Great.
Need to move forward towards the long form content, which I plan on doing.
Yeah. So you've got the recipe.
Yeah.
You're not actually cooking the food there. So like you've got the recipe for both content, long form and short form. For advertisements, you have the recipe there.
Yeah.
You've got the recipe.
Yeah, I think yeah, I do. Yeah.
You got the recipe, but you just haven't been cooking it up. We know you can cook,
Yeah.
but I just want to see you cook. And then aside from content and ads, is there anything else missing with the recipe?
Sales.
Okay. Sales. Like, do you have the recipe for sales, or is that something you don't have at the moment?
I'd say I have the recipe, but I'm not comfortable executing it yet.
Why?
I think because I haven't tried it yet.
You haven't tried ads?
No. I don't know why. Maybe it's just I don't know. I know once I do it, I would feel differently. It's just a matter of doing it now, like speaking to people on the phone. I hate speaking on the phone, but I have gotten better at it.
How do you like speaking to people? Or let me ask you a question. Do you like speaking to people?
Not really.
Me
Unless I
neither.
know them.
I'm being real.
That's
I don't like doing it either unless it's someone who is like on the same frequency and
Yeah.
is giving me that reciprocal exchange. But that's rare that it happens. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it, which is why
But you still do it and you still remain calm.
I do it.
I tell you what it is. I feel like I don't have patience a lot.
With people, or
Yeah, with people.
why do you feel like you need patience?
Because you have to sort of
It's going back to what you were saying initially. If you don't feel that connection with the person, you don't give them your time.
yeah. And also like patience
That's what I'm saying.
is something that would make or break a relationship or a connection. You know, if you have like initial connection with a person on the phone, whatever, and it's good, but then they start saying things that make you like sort of impatient and like then you don't want to sort of cut them off and then you just look bad. Then you're just that impatient person. Like that's one thing I appreciated with you and our first call is that you were very patient.
Okay.
And I don't see myself that way yet. Or I don't know how I'm gonna get to that point. If I can get to that point.
Okay. So this is something that I've personally been like blessed with as part of my essence is what I would describe, because I remember even back when I was an athlete and like I used to play sports, used to play tennis, used to play all these things. The coaches would get other kids to watch me play, not because of how I played. They'll be like, watch, he just made a mistake and he's unfazed. Like he just doesn't care. Like, so what it was showing is that even back then, like whilst all these other kids are swearing, breaking their rackets and equipment and getting upset, I would just stay calm like the entire time, and keeping my patience. And what I would attest that to more than anything, it comes back to what we were just talking about in the very beginning, which was the difference between power and force. Everyone else is trying to force an outcome. Where myself, it's like, no, I'm powerful in what I'm doing. Why? Because I am detached from the outcome. And I'm simply focused on the process.
Yeah.
So when you think about what the process is within sales, what the recipe is, what is the actual recipe? Like, what is that process?
I guess you have to give the person on the other side like the benefits of what or the outcome of what their life would be like if they I don't know. I don't know, it's too late for me to think now. My brain is going on silent mode.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
You've literally been given the recipe throughout this entire call, and not even from me. Like I brought it forth from you, and you came up with the recipe by telling us how you can make connections and how you can get people to trust. That's the recipe.
Yeah. Yeah, making the connection and then showing the other things to build the trust.
Exactly. So what I was saying before about how I personally don't like to have that many conversations with people, I really don't. When you go and put me in a social scenario compared to someone like Carlton or some of these other guys, they would love just going speaking to random strangers and everything like that. Complete opposites, Jedi, like all these guys. Whereas myself, I'm a lot more reserved, and I am discerning about who do I want to have my conversations with, like these open conversations. So in my sales process, how I was able to make it so that my business wouldn't be draining to me, but actually give me life, is that I did it in such a way where I used leverage in the funnel. So that meant that rather than having to speak to people to gain that connection and trust over a long period of time, I use videos to help me out with that.
Yeah.
So at the moment, like, if you think about the content that you put out on your page right now, like, do you think that it's connecting with people or getting people to connect with you?
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a question.
Am I getting people to connect with me through what I'm putting out?
Are people connecting with you based off of what you're putting out? Yeah.
I think so. I hope so.
It's a little bit uncertain. What makes you uncertain?
Maybe because I haven't seen the result of it.
Okay, so there's not a metric to show that you
It's
have.
I think I can measure. Maybe like the views or something, but there's nothing more tangible, like a message, for example, or comment or something. Then you say, okay, now it's.
Okay. Do you ever comment on other people's profiles?
No, I don't spend much time on the actual app doing scrolling and stuff and watching, and maybe a little bit. But if I see something that I feel I want to say something on, I do that. But it's not often. Not often. No.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying. It's like in sales, another thing is the mirror law, where if you are kind of like reserved, holding back, not being so engaged in other people's content, then to expect that like other people are going to be engaged in your content is, I'd say, like sort of somewhat naive to some degree. So when it comes to playing the game of organic, like, and this is what people teach, not just on the Instagram platform, especially like the LinkedIn platform, in the growth stage, a lot of it is about this reciprocal exchange where you start making connections with your ideal audience by just literally making connections, and by just jumping on other people's profiles that you feel as though you have some alignment with, making a comment, following them, and being a good fan, because you're paying it forwards. And as you start doing that, like, people start just doing it with you energetically. There's going to be a
I don't do that at all,
Going
to be honest.
back with what happened with Brandon, he never messaged me back. I would message him, he would never message. So there was never a connection. I felt like he was
no reciprocal.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, in the beginning, if you would have been messaging Brendan Brown back when he was like a 1A or a 3A, like,
he would have probably got back.
But now he's got like 30,000 people in his organizations, and that's not leads, that's business partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
lead
Doesn't
is
feel,
going to
yeah.
be
That's
overwhelming.
understandable.
Even if you did connect, it's not going to be him. Like you would connect with his VA or one of these people. So the thing I'm saying is like where you're at right now. If you allocate a portion of your day, which
Mm.
doesn't have to be that long, but just think about in the time periods where you might not necessarily scroll, but you're just on your phone and you know you're on your phone, and you're just like you're reading stuff on Instagram, you're consuming content. In those periods, like that's where you want to start connecting with your ideal audience and commenting on their profiles and just being a little bit more social. Because
Yeah, I have trouble with the socializing thing,
Because
even if it's
naturally,
online.
that will alert people to your profile.
Yeah, I know what you're
Well,
saying.
this person's commenting, this person commenting, this person commenting, and then that's
when you
that's
say you have trouble, like what's the trouble?
I just don't like it. I'm very antisocial. I wouldn't say I'm anti. I don't know.
I wouldn't say antisocial. You just choose.
Yeah, picky. I'm just too picky.
You're too picky.
Yeah. So would I do the same thing online? Like it probably take me a lot longer to just find somebody that I can think, okay, yeah, let me just.
No, it doesn't. If there's something you like,
Or should I just go with my instinct again and just
Yeah.
say, okay, yes, no, 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 yes,
if there's
yes,
something
yes,
that
yes,
you
whatever.
like, and then
Or
Yeah.
just
comment it.
message everyone or
No,
comment
no.
on any random
So here's my thing. Is like
sticks.
No, that's what
I when I was first getting started off, I tried a few different ways. So I did one thing where it was like 30 days of writing down on a piece of paper like 100 different profiles that I just looked up on Instagram that I thought were people that I could potentially send a message to. And I would just every single day send like 100 DMs to these profiles, and roughly about 3 and 4 would actually get back to me. And then from there, like we'd start continuing on a conversation and everything like that. But that for me wasn't even the most effective way because I was sending 100 DMs. So it would take me about to complete this process. And I did get some people from doing it that way. So it's a method that can work. But another way that I then started trying was where again I got like 100 profiles, but instead of sending them DMs straight away, I would make a comment on their profile, and if I got them to respond back or like that thing, then we'd go into the DMs. So I was like, let me at least knock on your door first before just jumping into your house.
Yeah.
And for me, like that seemed to work a bit better because it was a bit more authentic. And by the time we got into the DMs, there was context. It was like a connection that we had there. So that's another way of doing it. But I was doing a lot. I was in like 100 people that I was prospecting in a day, and that would take me about an hour, like in a day. And I'd say that it was good in terms of getting confident with connecting. Like it got me good at online connecting for sure. And I think the other big thing that it got me good with was like just starting to see a little bit more about who my target audience really was, and doing that before I had like big ad budget that I was spending. So I actually got more data around who my ideal audience was and wasn't through the organic way of doing things because I was actually having conversations with people. Whereas with the ads, yes, I got a lot more leads with it in the beginning, but I would not talk to any of the leads. So the leads would have to go through the sales process. They'd go through watching videos. They'd then have to book a call and then finally get onto a conversation with myself. And like, we would just have a conversation about the product. Like it wasn't actually a connection call where I'd get to, build any type of relationship with them. So the good thing about organic was like, it was relationship building first and then it into, and so this is the thing. It's like, if it's anything, you can look at it not as though you're trying to sell, but more so when you look at it from the frame of market research. If you went and spoke to just a couple of people who are in your niche, your target audience, and they, after speaking with you, consumed content on your profile page, how did they respond? Did they feel as though like, damn, this is a page that I want to follow because it's actually someone who's inspiring to me in my area of interest? And so if you're getting people who are following, commenting, liking your stuff that you've just done a little bit of reaching out to first, making the first move, not having to like be on the what do we call it, like on your high horse kind of thing, saying I'm never gonna make the first move, you have to make the first move, you to make a like. You can just be a little bit more like going on offense is what we call it, with your sales, rather than fully relying on defense. With your marketing right now, I'd say that it's again, like I'd say it's still a bit more defensive. So this is how I see the energy of your business right now. Is like everything feels defensive. And it's that feminine embodiment of how you've got your branding that you're doing, and you've got like the designs and making everything nice and aesthetic and things like that. And you've also got on the sales side, like I'm waiting for people to come to me and ask me if I can be in their business. Whereas if you can just bring in a little bit, that so we call it the go-getter. But
you was liking things.
Just be, don't just be a go-getter, go be a go-giver.
A go-giver, yeah.
Yeah, just like actually go and give people some stuff. Like just give them your positivity, give them your feedback, whatever. And you build a habit of doing that where
I got to 1,000.
and such an easy way to do this nowadays as
well.
well.
I think we like the opposites. He's the more to do that, but and less of what I'm doing. Yeah, definitely the masculine and feminine COVID audio.
Yeah. Your Instagram.
Yeah. So this is the thing.
Maybe I should get you to do the.
I should
be
a
little bit of outreach. Like you could split it up like that.
And I'll do some likes and commenting, and
I'll do. So
think about it. You could actually
the right people.
Yeah, you could log into Yasmin's profile, right, on Instagram. You could get it open on the laptop or wherever it is that you're able to iPad. She could be doing the content, you could be doing the reach outs, and it's from the same profile, but you're just going to go and make comments to who you know Yasmin wants in her target audience. Because like she can give you a persona that is, I want the Muslim mums, really simple.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to do that, but she doesn't trust me enough.
I want you to say something that's gonna make us all feel like,
But I think it's a great idea.
It has to be trust. Yeah, you got to trust the team. Like, Yasmin, I get it. I understand. Like I've had a team.
You know him by now. So would you trust him to like message your audience, especially if they're like Muslim moms?
Yeah,
I'll be respectful.
You gotta like
give him a script first.
Yeah, of course.
Respect the boundaries.
Of course.
And as long as
I'm not doing no messaging, just likes.
No, this is where you gotta break the ice, sort of.
Yeah, comments.
Like you mean,
where
like
you would like something, I would like
say what I would say.
Yeah.
So how it would work is this is literally how we would do it in my sales team. Is it's like, because I was playing more that defensive role, I was very good at it. And those guys who had my team weren't as good at it, and they were playing the offensive role. They would go out and they would dial people, find the leads, and as soon as they found a person, like literally, I would say to Luke, I remember he was outside my house and he was doing dials, and as soon as he got a person on the phone, I was like, yeah, I mean, do they at least have a pulse? Yeah. Do they have a job? Cool. Okay, put them on the phone with me. And then he would literally pass them on like straight away, and I would do the rest of it. So you could do a similar thing through the DMs where you do a tag team, and it's like you go and find a person, they've given a comment back, and then after they've commented back, you know,
hand it over. Yeah.
Hand it over to Yasmin, who can start sending some voice notes across, so they know that it's a real profile. But at least you're doing that work of like the hunting almost for what the people could be, and it's coming from your profile, Yasmin. So it's not going to be threatening as it would be from yours. So that would
be.
I mean,
yes, you know.
Yasmin's the lamb, you know. You're the lion. So you don't want to go in with the lion first. Let the lion what they see.
But this is why I wanted us to do a joint page, because then we could do this sort of thing where I do this bit that I'm comfortable with, and I know you're comfortable with doing that sort of thing, and then it seems more natural that it doesn't matter.
Even when you have a joint page, I think you can still like tag the page in. So all the content that you got on your personal page and all the content that you got on your personal page can come onto the together page as well.
Yeah.
And then that could be the page where you just do the outreach messaging from. So then
it doesn't seem like it's coming from another person. It's just
yeah. Same. And then you're solving that problem of do people connect with my profile? Like you won't be guessing anymore. It's like they're saying they do or they're saying they don't. You're getting feedback. That's not just views, but you're getting feedback on resonance. Is this resonating with the target audience? So going back to what we were saying about we've got connection, which you will be working on now. And with the trust part, you have the recipe. Like I've given it all to you here right now, but now it's like, can you
resonate it?
Yeah, can you implement it? Can you actually see some progress with it? But before you start trying to build trust with people, you got to build connections more than anything. If you just get loads of connections with your target audience, then you'll have your own community, which starts off on your profile on the Instagram page. And if you did this method, for example, like imagine if you just got an extra 30 people onto your profile this month, and every single one of them was in your target audience and they were following your page, like from that place, big things can happen.
Yeah.
You can have 30 people sign up 5. Like it's very possible.
Yeah, this is definitely something that was missing, is a connection, making a connection. And I always thought that would come from once I start doing the ads.
Won't connections. Ads
that's going to be like sort of the other route where you go through the funnel and all of that till you get to actually speak to someone.
Not just going through the funnel, but it's also like ads is about showing people that you're in business, that you're available, that they can actually like work with you. Whereas the connections is about making sure that there's actually people who want to do that and are available to do that. So yeah, you've got the connections aspect, like connecting with people, but in terms of trusting, in the same way that right now, like you're doing a leveraged way of connecting with people, which is through your content. The way that's not as leveraged, but it's still leveraged because it's using social media. Like you're not going to people's houses.
Yeah.
The not as leveraged way is reaching out to people, which is what Idris can take care of. So now you've got like all of that almost manual and automated or leveraged way of communicating and connecting. Same thing now with the trust, because with the trust, you can be getting people to trust yourself through one-to-one conversations.
Mm.
But you want to be thinking about how can you get people to start trusting you through even your content.
Mm.
How can you start showing transparency? How can you start showing alignment? How can you, I mean, you said like you show some of these anyway, but maybe how can you start showing some more credibility?
Mm.
When you think about the things that you currently have experience, results, proficiency in, how can you show that on your page where if you're bringing somebody on board and it's like helping people with mindset, helping people with content, helping people with
Personal development.
yeah, the things that they will expect from working with you as a business partner.
Mm.
How can you showcase your value? And it could just simply be from what you're teaching as well.
Mm.
So you've got a little bit of, you know, the educational content in there too, which makes people start to trust you a little bit more.
Yeah.
So the credibility is a way of getting people to trust you. Transparency, sharing the real,
Mm.
actually going on behind the scenes or whatever. Alignment. I think out of all of them, alignment is the number one thing that you're most confident with.
Yeah.
You know who the audience is. This is my values. This is what I stand for.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing. Intention. Are you sharing the selfless intent that you have with your audience?
Mm. The intention to help, yeah, I'd say, or
You are.
yeah. Maybe not in every post, I guess, but yeah, generally, yeah.
Yeah. So if I clicked on your page and I'm like new to your page, how would I know that you have the intention, which is a selfless intent?
It's just real. There's no not being like fake or trying to act.
I'd say that's the transparency. But what about the intent?
I don't know. How do you communicate intent? We come back to this question again.
You could share your intent.
You could just spell it out, yeah. I guess, yeah. Why am I doing this? I was actually trying to do that the other day. Just say, do a video on why I'm doing this.
Yeah, why am I doing this? And who I'm doing this for, who I want to help, how many people I want to help. Because, for example, like if your intent is that, yeah, I just want to be able to make enough money and not have to, worry about bills and everything like that, be in a nice country, and that's it. If that's all your intent is, then people are going to be like, well, as soon as she's done all that stuff, she ain't going to give a shit about me anymore. You know, she ain't going to work with me long term. She don't care.
We're just on her journey. We're just on her journey. Yeah.
So she's got
Her journey, yeah. This ain't about us. This is just about her. So not to say that don't include the selfish intent. Like, of course, if you're sharing the goals of, we want to have like maybe some more kids one day. We want to have like, more ability to travel. We want to be able to go and achieve these milestones in our business. So we have this selfish intent, but this is the selfless intent. And people should know that. And it wants to be memorable for people. So like when I talk about my intent, I make it memorable, not just by the number, but by the relation. I'm like, I want an army, 300.
I mean, actually have like a number in my head or say
Numbers,
that.
Stormy Wellington, she's like one of the top people in network marketing. I think something from the very beginning, she was always saying, I want to be able to help 1,000 women, 1,000 Black people in America become millionaires. for their families. Like that was her big thing. And it's all about the financial. Yours doesn't have to be the financial. But when you have an actual number of people that you have as a goal to impact that's bigger than just yourself and it's memorable, then like people will start having it, especially if you're repeating it. People are going to have it like in their subconscious that, oh, that's the guy who might have some spaces left, or that's the woman that she got some spaces left in the team. So I've seen like on lots of people's ads, they would always shout out something like, yo, I've got like 14 spaces this month, my freedom team, and I'm going to be like, there's already 4 or 5 taken up. I remember doing one of these ads back on TikTok. I was like, 3 out of 12 spaces taken for my Future Millionaires Club. That got loads of comments. I think that's what maybe Anthony came through from. So, like just sharing that simple, you can have like a short-term version of that. 12 people this month I'm looking for. This is the vision. That's what I'm working on to help them people to get as their result. Can you see the difference now? Like as soon as you start thinking bigger with the goal, then
not just thinking, like actually spelling it out and
yes,
saying it out loud. Yeah.
Marketing that, like, and actually being like, okay, so you can work back in your head what you want. Okay, maybe you want to have a 50K month. Maybe you want to have a 10K month just in terms of goals and sales. How many sales you got to make to get that? Let's say you got to make 10 sales, 10 new team members. Awesome. I've got to get 10 new team members this month. So tell everybody, like I'm going for 10 new people who I'm going to help to get X transformation. When they come and get recruited by me this month, I've only got 10 spaces available. And I'm going to be bringing on people quick. So it's a first come, first serve basis. And this is the result that they're going to get. So not just thinking about your first milestone, but once they're all on board, what's the milestone that they're all going to get for that month? And it could be help 10 people get their first high ticket sale online within 90 days. Could be help 10 people build their personal brand within 30 days. Like whatever result that you feel like is going to be attractive to your audience, you put that out there and you say it with conviction that not only are you going to recruit them, but you're also going to get them this result. And short-term version of that. But long-term, think about what's the 20-year vision. Like literally, I remember one of the biggest game changers for me was when in 2024, it was like the 50th anniversary for Enagic, and they were all saying, yeah, there's going to be a 75th one. We were all at the 25th one, and we had a vision for the 50th. What's your vision for the 75th one? So it's like, you can have your 25-year vision, and that is going to make people feel like, whoa, she's going somewhere.
She's a visionary.
She's visionary because you got the eagle vision. So you share that with people, and then they're like, I mean, if you're bold enough to say that you're going to do something like that big and crazy, we're interested in finding out at least what it is that you're going to talk about. Like what is this big plan that you just so we can shut it down and tell you that it's probably not going to work. But even still, it's better to get them through the door.
Yeah.
An opportunity to shut it down. But if you have such a big vision and you're just like, this is my 25-year vision, and I'm going to help like this amount of mums escape or to achieve X result, and you share both of those things. You share that selfless intent. As soon as you do that, game changer. Again, like I was saying before about creating space on the vehicle for not just you, because you have that enough space, you're in the vehicle, your seat's secured, but it's about creating that space for other people and showing them that their seats are going to be secured right next to you, and you're the captain of the ship. You're taking them somewhere else. So when you're all in, that's one thing that can create space. But another thing that will help you to define the perimeter of the space is going to be what you actually define as being how many people that you're willing to bring on board with you. And I find as well, like the more that you, it's like what we were saying at the weekend, having the intention and the attention, the more that you have this clear intention long term, the more that you're going to find that the universe, God, like, is just going to start bringing people into your life that you're just like, whoa, these are some players now. Whereas before, the kind of people that were coming in, I felt like dead branches or people that you had to drag across. But you'll start bringing in people who are literally going to be leaders of the big vision that you have that you cannot do by yourself.
Yeah. No, I acknowledge that there is no long-term vision without others.
Exactly. So think of, when you're thinking about your goal, like you literally want to think about something that's genuinely impossible.
Yeah.
That feels impossible, but you're going to put it out there. Why? Because whilst it feels impossible, that then brings in reason for God to come and help you. If it was possible, God wouldn't need to come and help you. Like, you just take care of it yourself. Say something that you don't believe.
There's enough in this.
For the short term, go with something a little bit more believable. 5, 10 people, something like that. This month, I'm gonna be bringing these people, and this is the plan. I'm gonna show them the plan. That's all I'm gonna do this month. I'm gonna show 10 people the plan. Ideally, recruit 4 out of 5 of them. You could even drop in numbers like this, where you're saying things like, imagine what it's like when somebody goes through in an interview process with a company. So we're going to do an interview process, 3-stage interview. There's going to be 20 people we interview first. Then there's going to be, after that, 5 people we take to the next phase. And then we're only going to bring on 2 to 3 people. It's literally what a company does. They're great at this.
Yeah.
You can follow that same strategy and be like, yo, I'm going to be bringing on board like 20 new people into my team this month. 5 or so of them I'm going to train to be leaders, and I'm going to dedicate a lot more time, the ones that are actually the best of the bunch. And for a few of those people, they're actually going to work with me intimately over the next 80 to 90 days with myself, my mentor, my business partner. And we're going to help them get their first high ticket sale, or wherever is going to be that result. Like, when you start sharing these numbers like that, it kind of looks as though you're bold enough to
confidence.
Yeah, it's boldness. It's bold to state numbers and be like this is the kind of result that I'm going for. Now, worst case scenario, you don't recruit 20 people and you recruit maybe 5, because you aim for 20. 5 people come, 1 person becomes a leader. It's better than 0. Again, you say the same thing. What is it? People are going to find out that you didn't recruit 5? No. No one's going to know. But they're going to see that you're repeating this every single month, and you're just constantly bringing on more new leaders. And eventually they'll see that things are growing, and they'll start jumping on board the vehicle, jumping on the ship.
I think I need to take more initiative. Stop waiting, like you say. I'm always in the passive mode.
Passive.
Not passive. What was it? What was the word you said?
Cautious.
Passive.
Selective.
Waiting for something to come instead of going and getting it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, going and giving.
Going and giving.
And like actually, like having that pride in what it is that you've got to offer, and then just, like, this is, and not just a pride in coming from a desperate place of like, I need you. No. That's not powerful space to come from. Powerful space to come from is, let me work out the numbers for the goals that I have for myself this month.
Yeah.
And then how many people ideally would I want to have conversations with?
It's like what the lady was saying on that call, that Carly.
Yeah.
She said, like, every person you don't reach out to, you've done like sort of a disservice and cheated them of this opportunity that they could have, basically. Because you know how good it is. We know how good it is.
So this is what I was saying on one of my previous calls, where I was talking about enthusiasm, in that if you look at the end of the word enthusiasm, it's I am sold myself. So when you look at right now, like, 'cause this is another thing that Carly was saying, is like, you have to have belief. And the area that most people tend to not have belief initially is like the belief with themselves. So when you look at where you are sold and where you're not sold, where would you say you're most sold right now? Where are you the least sold?
In this opportunity.
In the opportunity, or like, here's how I break it down. In belief, you want to master two things. You've got the belief in the opportunity and the belief in yourself. So where are you sold? Where are you least sold?
I have more belief in the opportunity. I know it's a good opportunity. Maybe it's in myself that's lacking a little bit.
Okay. And which part of yourself do you feel like which is the biggest limiting belief that you feel like you have in yourself right now?
People connect to you.
I think it's a credibility thing again. Like, even this, like me, like just I put out these messages now. I feel like someone's gonna come onto my page and say, "Oh, like she's got like 100 and something followers. Like, what does she know? She's obviously not doing very well with whatever she's doing." That sort of thing. That, like, I feel that's like a limiting belief.
How many followers like you'd have to be credible?
I don't know.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, you don't have to build up that much. Really.
I don't know. This is like a perceived weakness.
I think it is when your credibility is supposed to be in relation to, like, let's say, for example, you help people to build social media pages. If it was your business, then
you'd obviously be like,
followers is showing that you probably don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So do you think that the value that you offer is tied to how many followers that you can get a person?
It helps. It helps. It's not the main thing. I think it helps.
Yeah. And then a lot of that also comes from me not doing, like you said, it's a mirror effect. If I'm not following people and engaging, then why should I expect it to happen?
But then
on my page either?
If I see someone with a lot of followers, then I think if they won't, that person's not replying back to you. And if they do, then it's like, wow.
Yeah, but like, going back to the original question, the value that you have to offer and that you will offer to people once they come on board with your ship, is that going to be that you're going to take them to becoming an influencer?
No.
What's the value that you offer and that they'll get when they jump on your ship?
Freedom.
Do you feel like you have credibility in that?
Not so much the financial side, but
No.
that no one can tell that. I mean, no one knows what your financial situation is until
No.
you tell them. But in other ways, yeah,
Like what?
I don't have to work 9 to 5. I'm more free than a lot of people.
You got time freedom?
Time freedom, location. Sometimes, most of the time. Well,
Not in
we
London.
not yeah. We don't have location, so we have to wait for you. But yeah, like we're flexible when it comes to location. We can go away for a few weeks. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have children in school and stuff like that. So
So you have the freedom of location to work from wherever you want and make an income from wherever you want in the world.
yeah, like this is not restricted in any way, no matter where I'm at home or wherever.
Yeah. You also have time freedom,
Mm.
right? So this is the thing, like as soon like let me ask you this question. How many people in the world have both of those things? Have genuinely got like the location freedom and the time freedom?
No,
Not a lot, not as many as they would want. Like a lot more people would want this than they can.
Yeah. What is the biggest thing that stops a person from having both of those things?
A job.
A job stops you from having time freedom.
And freedom.
I had a job where
Yeah, like not so much location. Sometimes you get the remote jobs, and
exactly I had a remote job. So um like what stops a person from getting location freedom?
nationalism,
no.
like being too tied to a country.
I think that actually can, to be fair.
Yeah,
I
like
don't want.
my brother is like.
I'm not leaving this country.
Well, no, it's not.
I'm not going there. I'm not going here.
Yeah, that's right. There's people like that for sure. I know them very well.
What else would stop someone from? I don't know. Anyone who would want to not go anywhere.
But they have barriers as to why they don't have location freedom.
Financial.
So think about it for yourself. Before you had this business model, why did you not have location freedom? Or did you have location freedom?
We did. And
So maybe it's not location freedom that is the value that people will get if they already have location freedom and time freedom before they get started with you. Maybe it's more like ability to earn.
yeah, like
from,
financial. Yeah, financial freedom.
like not necessarily the financial freedom, but it's just the ability to earn anywhere.
Yeah, and
So-
it's the ability to travel with
Yes.
without having to worry about cost or whatever, or
No,
or
not
the
worry about
job or
not about the cost. It's about having the sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, let me put it differently. Like, rather than saying the ability, the opportunity.
Mm,
So some people don't even have the opportunity
mm,
to make a sale. You guys have the opportunity. You never know what could happen tomorrow. Like
mm,
if someone sent you a message on Instagram randomly, you connected with them, you had a conversation, you have the opportunity from tomorrow to literally make a sale and get on a ticket to a different country because of that.
yeah.
Not everybody has the opportunity.
Mm. So I think like with this opportunity, it's like a single sale could change your circumstance, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people don't have that.
Yeah.
So that's the value that you have.
Mm.
And when you're thinking about, okay, um, in terms of your belief, and you said that you have belief in your opportunity. Now, can you see how you can have belief in yourself? Because to access the opportunity, how can they access the opportunity without you?
Yeah, they'd have to go through a distributor. Yeah.
So now the question is, the only way that they can access the opportunity is through any distributor in the world. That's the only way.
Yeah.
So what makes a person want to choose you as the distributor they want to access opportunity from, as opposed to everyone else?
The connection and the trust.
The connection
Mhm.
and the trust. They want to connect with you. They want to trust you. So then here's what I'm basically sharing is that in terms of like your soul tribe, your community of people who are going to be the ones that are most connected to yourself, do you think that they'll have that same level of connection with somebody else's community? Even my community, let's say, for example, like
Not necessarily, no.
no, they're going to have
Mm.
that highest level of connection with you, and they have
Mm.
no idea what's happening on the back end, like what's
Yeah.
everything in store for them. All they're thinking is, I feel connected to this person.
Yeah.
I'm starting, like, they're not consciously thinking these things, but
Yeah.
they're feeling the connection. They're giving the trust. But the value that you can offer them is access to your opportunity. And so when you're looking at it right now, like in terms of your belief, you've got belief in the opportunity. Do you have belief in you?
More so now that I think about it in that way you just said. I never thought about it that way. Give you more like confidence knowing that you have this opportunity that you know is really good. And the only way these people can get to that is if they go through me, basically. Puts you in a sort of place of authority.
That's pretty big as an authority when you think about it. Like they literally cannot access this life-changing opportunity
I'm the
unless
conductor.
to the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're either the insulator or the conductor. You can choose to be either.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to come through.
Yeah.
And so the power position that you have is like that's a lot of power that you've got there when you think about like how much that can change a person's life.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
So now that you know that you are like to a demographic of people who would never be able to access this opportunity if it wasn't for you, because they wouldn't connect with anyone else the way that they'll connect with you. Now that you know that you're in that position where you can change like this whole demographics life, how do you feel like that will impact your
Showing up.
and not just showing up, but like showing up as that leader, like that person who is holding that position of authority where you're literally saying, this is my boat. You know, Mo got his boat. There's some other leaders that got their boats, but my boat is designed for my people. No one can get on my boat unless I say so.
And this is where we're going.
And this is where we're going.
Mm.
You guys want to get a ticket? Awesome. Jump on the boat. But at the end of the day, like, these people will not ever be able to get to that place that is the place that, because here's another way to view it too. The place that you're going to take people to can be unique. So the opportunity to go to that place is, it doesn't exist anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, the way that I describe
Yeah.
the opportunity to become a part of, like, the real life Avengers and go towards where we're going to have 300 global leaders across the whole world. Like, where's that opportunity? It doesn't exist. I created it. So there's the opportunity that I've created, but then I leverage my partnership from incredible company that allows me to make it possible.
Right.
You are literally the only person in the world with your opportunity. How much authority do you now have?
Yeah, a lot.
When you're the only, you don't even have to be the best.
Yeah, you are naturally the best then, because it's your opportunity.
You're the only.
Yeah.
You can literally be stating it, like, you know, throughout your content or whatever, saying, listen, I'm the only woman in the world that will take you here. I'm the only.
Wow, yeah.
You will not find another woman like me that's willing to take you to where I'm taking you and your people. I'm the only. Like, that wants to be your mantra. I'm the only one.
Yeah. Sounds a bit like, did you say, like, it's like arrogant in a way, isn't it? Like, there's a confidence and arrogance has like a very fine line.
Sure. Because this is the thing, right? Because you don't have, like, everything mapped out that I was sort of saying, I know for myself, I'm the only for my vision. Somebody copies my vision, I'm like, no, I made this vision at this point. I remember when it was, and I had it written down, everything like that. So they copied me.
Maybe like if I had mine like written out, then I'd be more like, yeah, okay, this is.
It becomes a bit more real, right?
Yeah.
If your vision isn't unique and your vision is just like, yeah, I want to hit like 682-3 and you know, have a bunch of people that are able to quit their jobs, you're not going to be the only.
You'll be one of
You're one of
thousands.
many, right? If you want to be the only, you make a vision that's so appealing and desirable to your target audience, not to their egos, to their souls. And you can even name it, give it a name.
My vision.
Yeah. Like, for the cash flow communities, I could name my vision the 100K vision. Helping 100,000 people make £100,000 online. 100K vision. Even what's her name? Catherine, who comes on here, she's like, yeah, you know, the reason why I follow my mentor right now, I don't really get much value from her, I'm not gonna lie, but I know she's got selfless intent. She said she wants like 1,000 women change their lives or whatever. That's why I follow her. She literally said that on the call. I was like,
oh yeah,
cool. But you could have your own vision if you wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
So
What is the vision? It's just it's what you make up in your.
yeah. So you want to like really be decided on what your vision is. I think some people, the problem for themselves is that one day it's like, I want to help this many people. Another day, I want to help them do this. They haven't decided what their vision really is. So you got to.
Yeah, I haven't decided. Like, so I haven't even really thought about numbers and stuff like that.
Easy. You go for a number, and then you go for a result first. So there's different types of results that you can go for. You can go for massive results, and you can go for more smaller results, more niche. Yeah. So like for myself, I was like, I like big. So I went for massive result. I want leaders of nations. I want people to literally lead every single nation throughout the world. There's roughly 300 countries. Let's have an army of 300 leaders of nations. That's a big result. I don't need to have millions of people for that that goal. But 300, that's literally just one in every country. It's a good amount. For yourself, you could have, especially if you're more into marketing. So what I tend to find with vision with marketers is that marketers' vision is in the millions or the billions. But if you're more into the sales and transformation, then it's a lot less people. And it's more, a bigger transformation for the individual. So you can think about like, what would you prefer? And it doesn't just have to be for the individual. It could be for families. I remember before, like one of the things that you were saying was about how you want to be able to like end world hunger. So you could give how many families that you want to feed, or because that's a good goal to have in terms of like the selfless intent. But how is that desirable to your target audience? Like, why would they want that? If that makes sense, they want something for themselves. They're also selfish. They're not just selfless.
Yeah.
So whatever result that you want for your target audience, chances are it's going to be a similar result that you want for yourself.
Yeah. Freedom for like my family and not just being tied down to one place, and that's basically. I need to think about these things and write them down. I think it's a bit late now. My mind is good.
Yeah, specificity is your best friend here.
Yeah,
So
it needs to be like detailed.
You know what it wants to be around. You know your target audience. Get a specific result, and then a specific number.
You want to take that result.
Come up with a name for the vision.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then you can say that you're the only on your profiles, more so in self-talk. That's the biggest thing. You start telling yourself you're the only person who is going to be able to help this person get to where they want to be, which is the vision that you've outlined. You're the only person that will take them there.
Because it's my vision, yeah.
Yeah, like that will give you next level authority in your conversations, and they'll feel that.
They'll feel that, yeah.
It's like the energy that you were describing. You can't figure out another person's intent. Apart from the energy, you feel it. You have to believe in your vision too. So you can't just like create a vision and then
think I couldn't get there.
or like, if there's somebody asks you, like, do you really believe this is possible? It might be. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't really fully ran the numbers yet. No, you gotta fully believe in the vision and be like, yo, we're going there. I've visualized it. I can see it. You start like just describing the vision, what it's going to be like when you guys are there. It's going to be epic. If you had like, for example, a vision of a hotel luxury space that you're going to have in South Africa, where all your women can come and they can essentially like go through initiation at this place. And this is something that you're working towards over the next like 10, 15 years to build this space for these women, the safe zone. and it's going to be epic. Like, we're going to have these parties, we're going to bring on these people. You see how now, like,
starting to paint a picture.
the imagination starts to come in. So in terms of what they can see, like, they can see your vision, and when they can see your vision, their own belief in you as a leader
Goes up there.
increases massively.
Wow, yeah.
Why are you smiling?
That's funny because I don't know, maybe I'm just tired.
Nah, I think you can start seeing it. You can start seeing the vision. That's why. Like,
yeah,
you're like,
I can see like what I want to say, but maybe like when I put it down on paper, it would be more real.
yeah, put it on paper, make it real, and make it visual as well. You know, like, and I can help you with your creativity, but I think it's all about going back to like speaking the language of your target audience. So, because I know my language of my target audience is movies. You got to like stories, you got to like movies. So the whole thing was around movies. Avengers, 300, all about movies. For your target audience, think about what their language is and then make the vision around that, and they'll love it.
Mums. Not just mums, though. Mums who want freedom. Mums who want that freedom lifestyle.
Yeah.
Mums must, it's like, what's their language? Speak it.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that, really.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We're creating the Jenna team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably wasn't that one of the names that we saw? Was it something like that? Jenna something. That's what we're going for. Okay. That's it now. It's past 12 o'clock now. This is just way too late. I'm gonna fall asleep on this desk here.
Yeah, it's not.
Hmm?
It's not.
No. Okay, I'm gonna try and remember everything in the morning and then work on this. What we're gonna talk
I'll
about.
remind you.
You are. You busy recording it.
Well, you can quickly take note. So we've got the
I don't even think I can write now. I'm so sleepy. You got
Oh,
it then.
you can write. Yeah. So I think there
You're
was
gonna post this on the thingy, isn't it? On the class.
yeah, I can
On
post
the
it as well.
thing.
I was just gonna give you a quick summary. So you've got like the connections
Connection.
going in partnership. There's
Yeah.
your like, you know, doing stuff in the car now as well,
Mhm.
and outdoors, and then you've got this
Taking-
vision thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was
Reaching out to people more. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the action steps. Everything else was mindset.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna hand that over to you.
I'm telling you what.
The action
What-
steps.
And you got to watch RRR whenever you guys get
Oh
a
yeah,
chance.
don't forget that one. Yeah.
Once you finish Westworld, but you should finish that very soon. And by the way that you guys are getting,
Yeah, we missed it today now, so we have to catch up tomorrow.
yeah.
You'll make me watch 4 tomorrow. Watch.
No.
I don't think you guys have got that much left, but the last, I think it's the last episode,
Is
or
it 2 seasons or
4.
yeah,
seasons?
I don't even really know that much of what happens after the first season.
It was
I think
the first season. It was really good, and then
first season is incredible. Like, it is amazing. I've shown so many people it, but the other seasons apparently have just not been as good. So
that's why they cancelled it.
I don't know if they've cancelled it, but like,
Yeah,
first season is awesome.
It's
So
quite old, isn't it? 2007.
Plus the cast was too much. It was too much.
Too expensive.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Too expensive.
yeah,
Budget couldn't handle him.
he's very expensive for a
He's
TV series.
the amazing actor.
He's wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. He's in a lot of good stuff. I like Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Does it so well, that Psycho Road. Makes you wonder if he's like really like that. No?
He's not even putting an accent on this one. This is just him.
Yeah, he's just, it's so believable, isn't it? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time and everything.
Likewise, and I look forward to seeing the
Action being taken. Yes.
actions and the only. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to seeing, is just you really stepping into your divine authority as the only and claiming that. That's going to be powerful.
Self-confidence.
Yes. It's not private.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good night.
Likewise.
See you tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah.
If I'm not on the call, then I'm watching Westworld and catching
I know
up.
where you are. Like, yeah, there's no worries. You can be excused for Westworld. Only Westworld.
Okay.
All right. See you in a bit. Peace.
Walaikum.